Ho Gotti, you was a bitch ass nigga. I just got back to the city. They say you trying to put charges on me and put the police on me. You send your little nigga to do all your talking. Talk for yourself, bitch ass nigga.
One rapper ignored every warning until he was gunned down in his own hometown. Another survived multiple assassination attempts, only to be murdered years later. And hip-hop's most legendary friendship turned into two murders that remain surrounded by questions. These are the rap beefs that ended in death, starting with the most iconic rivalry the genre has ever seen. Before Tupac Shakur ever accused the Notorious B.I.G. of setting him up, he trusted him. The two had built a genuine friendship in the early 1990s, recording together and spending time around each other. Tupac even helped Biggie early in his career, believing he was looking out for someone destined to become the next big star. Which is exactly why what happened at Quad Studios didn't just feel like a shooting to Tupac, it felt like a betrayal. But one night changed all of that permanently. November 30th, 1994. Quad Studios, New York. Tupac was shot multiple times in the lobby before heading upstairs, where Biggie and Sean Combs were already working. From that moment, Tupac was convinced that Biggie knew more than he ever admitted, and that suspicion never left him.
Let's keep it real for a second. If you have the love of music that you are, study. Go back and study. Study how Party and Bullshit was me before I met Biggie. You don't hear my style in this rap. Study how after I met Biggie, Ready to Die come out, his whole style changed. Study. Study why I would be mad. Study why I would be mad when half of the major New York rappers, or they managers, or they agents, or they somebody was there when I got shot. And nobody could give me no information.
Biggie denied any involvement in the Quad shooting, but Tupac was not buying it.
Tupac article had me pissed off, you know what I'm saying? And the rumors that spreading is on some tip like we set him up, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. It's such ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? But then I also understand that if you was to get shot 5 times, mine is just completely spinning, you know what I'm saying? You're real confused about your situation. So it'll cause you to say things that you really don't mean.
And here is where the situation escalated beyond words. By February 1995, Biggie released Who Shot Ya. Biggie insisted it had been recorded before the Quad incident and was never aimed at Tupac. But Tupac heard it differently. And while legal issues sent him to prison temporarily, he never forgot. The moment he got out, backed by Suge Knight and Death Row, Tupac dropped Hit 'Em Up in 1996, a record that attacked Biggie, Bad Boy, and the entire East Coast in the most direct terms possible. No metaphors, no subtext, a full declaration of war. And just 3 days before Tupac was killed, MTV asked him directly whether he could ever see himself making an album with Biggie.
Can you envision a day when, y'all, if not get together and make an album, just peacefully coexist?
There's no dream of making an album with Biggie and Puffy, or none of them. We're not sweating it like that.
This is our family.
We peacefully coexist right now because we all cool. Everybody's here. They sell records. We sell records. Well, I guess you could call that selling records, what they do. We sell large amounts of records, and they sell a few records, and really there's no competition.
Then came September 7th, 1996. After the Mike Tyson fight in Las Vegas, a casino altercation involving Southside Crip affiliate Orlando Anderson was followed later that same night by the shooting that left Tupac fighting for his life. 6 days later, on September 13th, Tupac was gone. When Biggie heard about Pac's death, he did not celebrate. What came through in his words was something closer to shock.
Pac is a strong dude, yo. I know Duke, you know what I'm saying? Right. He real strong. So when they was like, he got shot, I was just more like, again? You know what I'm saying? He always getting shot or shot at. He gonna pull through this one again, make a few records about it, and it's gonna be over, you know what I'm saying? But when he died, I was just like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Kind of took me by. I mean, even though we was going through our drama, I would never wish death on nobody, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't no coming back from that.
Less than 6 months later, on March 9th, 1997, Biggie was shot and killed in Los Angeles after leaving a music industry party. His murder remains officially unsolved to this day.
Zoom in. That's bigger than that is bigger than y'all get down. That is bigger than
Somebody got shot.
But the story did not end there. Years after Tupac's death, Dwayne Keith Davis, known as Keffe D, was charged in 2023 for Tupac's murder after spending nearly 2 decades making public statements about his alleged involvement. According to those statements, he, Orlando Anderson, and 2 other men carried out the attack to collect a bounty that he claimed was placed on Tupac by Diddy.
Evidently, the story is Tupac's trying to either get out of the
back seat or something.
Yeah, what do you see happening inside their car?
I seen a bullet going Suge head. I thought he was dead.
So Orlando shot his car across Dre?
He leaned over on the window. We rolled down the window, popped. They was drove on my side. I would have popped them. You know what I'm saying? But they was on the other side.
2 of the most talented voices hip-hop ever produced, gone within 6 months of each other, and the full truth behind both murders, still not fully settled in a court of law. But as dark as that story is, the next one proves that sometimes the most dangerous beefs are the ones that start quietly and build slowly until there is nowhere left for them to go. Back in 2014, Yo Gotti was already one of Memphis's biggest names when young Dolph started making real noise with his breakout single Preach. Gotti moved fast. He tried to bring Dolph, the hottest act emerging from the city, onto his label CMG. Dolph turned it down. He wanted to stay independent, build something on his own terms through Paper Route Empire. That rejection planted a seed, and by 2016, the tension between them had become impossible to ignore. Dolph dropped his album King of Memphis on the exact same day Gotti released The Art of the Hustle, a direct challenge, in Gotti's own city, for Gotti's own crown. And if that move left any doubt about where things stood, Dolph removed it publicly.
I've been spurring your bitch ass for years, the whole city know that. Whole Gotti, you was a bitch ass nigga. I just got back to the city, they say you trying to put charges on me and put the police on me. You send your little nigga to do all your talking. Talk for yourself, bitch ass.
Gotti stayed quiet, but the CMG machine did not. Black Youngsta, one of Gotti's artists, stepped in and responded directly. And in doing that, he shifted the dynamic. This was no longer Dolph versus Gotti. This was Dolph versus an entire organization.
Hey man, I'ma keep this shit G, bro. Dolph, you a bitch. You a soft ass nigga. You nice ass nigga. If you got a problem, nigga, you got a problem. Shake ass, bitch ass nigga. Ain't no motherfucking king of Memphis. You ain't king of South Memphis. You ain't from the city, bitch.
By 2017, Dolph went even further. He released Play With Yo, a diss track with a video that took direct shots at Gotti, his brother Big Jook, and everyone connected to CMG. And the very next day after that video dropped, Dolph was in Charlotte when his vehicle got hit with approximately 100 rounds.
We was headed to where we was headed to. Pull up, block on a day party, get up the street. They started shooting, they shot. Shooting was over with. And shit, I had another party to go to that night.
The only reason Dolph walked away from that night was because his truck was bulletproof, but instead of going quiet, he turned that attack into a record, 100 shots, and used the entire incident to push the rollout for his album Bulletproof. That was the kind of energy Dolph moved with. He refused to be shaken, but the streets were not finished with him. Shortly after, he was targeted again outside a hotel in Hollywood. This time he was hit.
We at the motherfucking hospital, Jack. You know what I mean? Y'all know what time it is. This shit right here don't stop. Legendary shit. Shout out to Pop, shout out to Easy E, shout out to Biggie. You know what I mean? Y'all know what's up, man. New album dropping this week. Feel me?
After surviving 2 separate attempts on his life, Dolph kept a lower profile for a stretch. But on November 17, 2021, 2 masked men ambushed him while he was visiting Makita's homemade butter cookies in Memphis, his own hometown. Young Dolph was killed there. It did not take long for police to identify the 2 gunmen responsible. And once the case reached court, one of those gunmen alleged that Big Jook, Yo Gotti's older brother, had ordered the hit. Before Jook could address those allegations publicly, the streets reached him first. Yo Gotti himself has never been formally charged in connection with young Dolph's death.
Now, TMZ reports you're on the LAPD's radar in connection to the young Dolph shooting.
I'm always on police radar. So where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? And I'm Yo Gotti, you know what I'm saying?
A beef that started over a record deal refusal, a city, a title, and years of slow-burning tension until there was nothing left. And if that story felt like something that built in plain sight, the next one is the opposite. Because what made the Nipsey Hussle situation so devastating was how invisible the danger really was until it was too late. Before things went sideways, Big U was genuinely part of Nipsey Hussle's foundation. He used his industry connections to help Nipsey land a verse on a posthumous Tupac album in 2006. He backed Nipsey through the early Bullets Ain't Got No Name run under Unique Music. Real history, real investment, but Nipsey was locked into a 10-year production deal with Big U's label. And as his career grew, he wanted more freedom to operate on his own terms. According to Big U's account, the relationship shifted after a serious incident on tour involving drugs and their transport. One of Big U's people reportedly took the charge to protect everyone else, and from that point, Big U says the dynamic between them changed.
Anyway, make a long story short, he ended up turning himself in, take the case off all of us. He get life, right, for the drugs. When that shit happened, my team is acting weird. So I'm looking at Steve, I'm looking at Nip, man, get a paperwork from Sony so they can see that we releasing all this shit. They acting weird. So, me, I'm still kind of like, hey, I'm hot, hot and heavy, but I'm like, I can't with y'all.
Nipsey responded in the music. His track, You Don't Got a Clue, was widely interpreted as a direct message to Big U, demanding his freedom from the contract. And shortly after the record dropped, rumors began circulating that a confrontation had taken place. According to WAC 100, it escalated into a physical altercation that pulled in Nipsey's brother Black Sam.
First time they first fall out, when he first got Nipsey signed, Nipsey come back, it was a fallout. They went down, there was a fight, rumble happened. I believe Big U knocked Nipsey out. Black Sam comes out, fires 3-4 shots in the air. He's fresh out the penitentiary. Police sitting right across the street, they see it. They come in, they arrest everybody. Black Sam's on parole.
By 2018, things appeared to have calmed down. Big U publicly praised Nipsey's work ethic at an industry event, and Nipsey, in return, acknowledged Big U as someone the older generation in their set had respected.
Remember that. He did what no other rappers do today. He sold his own music.
I can try.
He sold his own music. So when I came along and Steve came along, we had a formula that merged with what he do, but he outworked any artist I've seen. I'm talking about business-wise.
But behind that public reconciliation, people close to the situation were saying the piece was not as solid as it looked. And just days before Nipsey was killed, a new tension surfaced at the DJ Khaled Hire video shoot. Nipsey had granted Khaled permission to film in his neighborhood. And according to those present, he was pressed over that decision by people from his own world. His brother Black Sam later confirmed exactly that.
Not to get into too much detail, but there was a lot of big politics getting into certain people. Hustle had DJ Khaled in the hood. Not to be speaking too much on shit, but we came frontline like we always do. And don't know we gonna crash out behind it. In fact, we not playing, ain't nobody saying nothing to Khaled, ain't nobody doing nothing to Khaled, and he's straight. And Hustle frontline that. And we felt like certain people didn't like that.
The way the streets saw it, nobody presses a figure at Nipsey's level without the knowledge of someone with serious standing. And the suspicion deepened when just days after that video shoot, Eric Holder Jr., a man tied to Big U's circle, shot Nipsey outside the Marathon clothing store on March 31st, 2019. According to accounts from those close to Nipsey, the confrontation started over rumors that Holder had been cooperating with law enforcement. But once Nipsey was gone, Holder was not the first name people started asking about. It was Big U, especially after the way he responded when someone in his comments wrote "Justice for Nip."
What you waiting on? You got no telling what you waiting on. Damn, my mama, bro, you would have been
Justice for Nip.
Show some stuff. Nipsey Hussle.
Oh, your boy would have been there like, yeah.
On my mama, bro, I swear to God, everybody that was showing this shit.
You did.
And then came the conflicting accounts of where Big U actually was on the day Nipsey died.
He actually was on 6th Ave with 100 cars. We got all the streets blocked. We waiting on UK to come out the house. Everybody phone blowing up. Nip got hit. We flying up there. We fly up there and we see the scene.
Add in the fact that Nipsey died the same year his 10-year deal with Big U was set to expire, with word circulating that he had no intention of signing a new one, and the questions surrounding Big U's potential motive only deepened.
So I signed into it. It was signed to a 10-year production contract, which started in 2009, which would end 2019.
As of today, Big U is behind bars facing a federal RICO case. A new indictment filed in March 2025 includes charges of murder and gang-related activity, offenses that carry the possibility of life in prison. He has not been formally charged specifically in connection with Nipsey's murder, but the legal walls around him continue to close in. 3 beefs, 3 deaths, and in each case, a situation that looked like it might resolve itself, until the moment it didn't. The music warned people, the streets felt it coming. And by the time the world found out, there was nothing left to do but ask questions that may never be fully answered.